Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to record a special video for you. If you are watching this, you're probably watching this because nobody else believes in you. You feel like nobody believes in you. I mean, they don't show any effort, possibly. They're not giving you that validation that you're looking for, and you're trying to do something really, really challenging. I know what that's like because I literally went through it when I was 17 and was in high school. I decided not to go to college, and telling my immigrant family and, telling my school, telling everybody that asked me, hey, what are you doing for college? Telling them that I didn't want to go to college and become a content creator was insane. So I know where you're feeling. I've been there. I might not be exactly where you're at, but I think I can help. I want to remind you that what you're doing, you're being extremely brave. You're being extremely courageous. And when you're seeking growth, when you're seeking to do something that a lot of people in your neighborhood, a lot of people in your circle, in your area do not do, you have to remember that you are looking for reasons and details to validate you and make you more confident in pursuing your vision, but so are they. And if they're choosing a traditional route, something a little bit more, common, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand that life is hard regardless. Life is extremely challenging regardless of what you're doing. Regardless of what you're doing, whether you're being courageous in pursuing a higher level of greatness, a maybe less common level of greatness, pursuing a level of greatness in something more common and traditional is just as hard. And so if you're going up to people and you're asking them to make you feel better about what you're doing, that's gonna make them feel less better about what they're doing. And so you have to be empathetic. You have to be understanding, and you have to understand that when you are around, let's say 1,000 people that are pursuing something, and then you tell them, hey, I'm gonna actually go the other way. I was just watching a scene of this in the movie Happy Feet, where all the krill are headed in one direction. I believe it's Bill and Will, they decide to go in the opposite direction. So could you imagine feeling super lost in life, feeling super scared in life? Because regardless of what you're doing, there is so much uncertainty in life. You don't really know what's going on. You don't know why you were put here. You don't really even understand how this all works. What do you mean I was born? And that we have to work, and that we're gonna die one day. What is death? And so if you're choosing one path, and you're like, okay, even though with all these things on my shoulders, I'm gonna choose this path, and then someone you care about is telling you that they're gonna go in a different direction and they want you to believe in them and believe in the route that they're taking, that's gonna cause uncertainty in their life. And so you have to be understanding. You have to understand what you're doing. I created a company named Anomalous. And the word anomaly is to deviate from the norm. And so if you're deviating from the normal, you have to understand what you're doing, right? And if people care about you, they're probably gonna want you to be safe. They want you to not get hurt. I have nothing against anyone because everyone's kind of doing their own thing, and life is hard and complicated regardless. But when you're pursuing a traditional path, there is still that level of fear. And then when you are pursuing a life of maybe more abundance, how could you, as a maybe more common thinker, not only choose the confidence to pursue that path, but also pursue the confidence of believing in that a different path also works as well. So you have to understand that if you feel like you have no support, it makes sense. People are just trying to figure out their own thing. If you're looking for confidence and validation from the people around you, you have to understand that you're probably not going to get it because everybody's trying to do their own thing. I highly recommend you try and surround yourself around people that think like you. There are people like that out there. One of the hardest things I've had to realize is that, when you grow up as a child and you fall in love with everyone around you and you want what's best for them, one of the hardest things you have to do is to detach yourself from them. You can still love them. You can still want what's best for them, but you have to detach yourself from them in order to focus on what you're doing. If what you want is different from the people around you and what they want, then you have to swallow that tough pill. That's a tough pill to swallow. You have to understand that what you're doing is scary, not only for you, but for them also. And if you want them to give you approval, they're probably not going to. They want you to be safe, and they believe that what they're doing is the safest route. You believe you're right, and they also believe they're right. So have empathy, have grace, have gratitude that they're healthy and they're alive, and understand that different people in your life will serve different purposes. Family is there to just love you unconditionally and see you often. That's what I've learned, at least for me. They're there to love you the way you are and see you often. You see them at family occasions and all those things. But when you are choosing your battle, your war, you can't expect those people to come with you. You have to find your own people. You have to find your own tribe. And that's tough, but it's the way the world works, unfortunately. I've been in many situations where this has hurt me for years and years and years on end. And I've realized that that's just not how it works. Just like how I want them to respect me and respect what I'm doing and believe in what I'm doing, they're trying to do that in what they're doing. So you can't ask them, you can't, expect them to believe in what you're doing when they're just trying to believe in what they're doing also. Find your own tribe and understand also too that what you're doing, from an anomaly myself, is freaking awesome. You are being courageous and you are choosing the path less wandered. Like, that is beautiful. You are so courageous. You are so creative, and I believe in you. I believe in you because I do crazy things every single day. I'm 24. I didn't go to college. I started traveling the world 6 months after graduating high school, and I've done some pretty incredible things. But I've also come to find out that the people that do incredible things like the way I do it, they're different. And they're not around the normal cities and towns. They hang out in other areas, and you have to find those people. I highly recommend using the internet. That's what I did. But also understand that when you are pursuing something very ambitious, be very careful who you share it with. Some people try to keep you at their level, just so again they can feel comfortable in what they're doing. And if your idea is too big for them, that makes them uncomfortable and that makes them second guess themselves. Find people that unconditionally love you, just like your family. And maybe your family doesn't do this to you yet or ever. I have empathy for people that go through things like that as well. You have to find people that support you and love you unconditionally. Friends that are like, man, I don't understand what you're doing, but I believe in you. I will support you any way I can. I think you can do anything you put your mind to. And as long as you think it's the safest and most, you're being careful, I support you. I'm there for you. What do you need from me? How can I help? You need to find those people. Be very careful who you share your dreams with, because some people might be self-sabotaging. I've said this before. But also understand that the path that you're on, I believe, is the path of leadership. There are a lot of people that are not leaders nowadays. They want to follow the crowd and follow somebody else's lead. If the masses are following in one direction, I personally believe you have to be careful with that. I personally believe that you have to constantly be challenging the status quo, because people are just human, and if they have too much power, they can typically fall to negative temptations and evil temptations unless they're doing appropriate work. So if you're seeing everybody go in one route, ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. Look into it a little bit deeper. And if you're going to carve out your own path because you feel like it's a better one, I personally believe that the path of abundance, starting your own business, and finding a way to be abundant in everything that you do is the best path forward. I personally saw all the paths that were offered to me in my own neighborhood, in my own community, were not the ones that I wanted, and they did not fulfill me. And so I had to carve my own path. And in doing so, nobody believed in me. There were a few people that believed in me, and I had to stay committed to this scary path and keep doing what I was doing. And so if you're on a similar path, know that that's very courageous, and I'm very, very proud of you. I'd love to know what you're doing. If you'd like to share and comment it down below, know that you're being a leader. You're carving out your own path. So how could you expect people to understand you? But I also want you to know that what you're doing is very, very beautiful. You're following your intuition. My intuition has led me down very amazing paths. And as long as you are morally respecting everyone and you are doing what you feel is best for the world and the people around you, then that's beautiful. Believe in yourself. Make sure you do research. Do not be lazy. Read books, work out, eat well. You can't get around those things. You have to do those things, and surround yourself with some good people. Keep believing in your own intuition. If you feel like they're holding you back, then respectfully and lovingly disconnect and distance yourself. Boundaries are amazing, and keep believing in yourself. That this life is confusing as it is sometimes. It's very, very beautiful, because in the confusion of it all, if you can find the courage to believe in yourself, that's an achievement in my eyes. So keep fighting the good fight. Make sure that you are respecting everyone. Make sure you are doing the due diligence and researching and being responsible and innovative and creative. Believe in your power. Push people the way you can, but also understand you can't change anyone. When a person is drowning, when a person is going through their own troubles and you try and go save them without a proper tool, they will climb you if they're drowning. If they're drowning, they will climb anything. So be very, very careful. Understand that distancing yourself is totally fine. I feel like when you're around a lot of people, you think that you have to be around a lot of people all the time. No, like be comfortable with your own space. Be comfortable with your own time and your own creation. Solitude is very, very liberating. And in finding strength in your own solitude, you can find the time and the space to continuously carve out that path that is best set out for you. Understand that what you're doing might not be right for someone else. Love them, but again, have the proper distance and be responsible. Keep pushing. I believe in you. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help, and keep fighting the good fight. You're an anomaly, and congratulations. You've found yourself. You found your own intuition, and enjoy the ride. It's a beautiful journey. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I welcome you to listen to it as often as you'd like. Like I've told you already, my path of pursuing my own dreams and my own path has been abundant and beautiful. There have been ups and downs, and I do not regret a single one. It's been absolutely incredible. I only hope that other people can find the courage to do it themselves. That's what my channel is all about. So if you're not subscribed already, please do. If you enjoyed this video, please like, and if you have something to share, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Peace. Watching.